Lonzo has UCLA headed to the Sweet 16 while his dad, LaVar, is building a brand around his son. Now, many have wondered if this violates any NCAA rules. The question here, you've looked into it deep with your story, Sean. Does it violate any rules here?
On the surface, technically, it appears so. Big Baller Brand is the name of the brand, and you're not supposed to use any your name or likeness. You can argue baller. It's pretty obvious. But the thing is that kind of puts it over the top is that his picture was on the website for most of this year. And then USC brought that up a few weeks ago. UCLA asked LaVar Ball, his father, to take that down. And LaVar basically said, no, I'm not doing it. Come get me. So by the letter of the law, I think Lonzo Ball is a walking NCAA violation, basically. But it appears that the NCAA has given UCLA a waiver on this, basically a pass. It's the family business. LaVar did start it before he got to UCLA. So it's a model going forward for other big high school stars to capitalize on their name and likeness while they have the chance. It's a really fascinating thing. It can have long-term implications.
Oh, absolutely. And Sean, the NCAA has been so stringent on these laws in the past. You've seen student athletes who have lost their scholarships for things of this nature. Here's what the NCAA and UCLA said. This was their official response. They said, while neither the NCAA nor UCLA will address details of a specific student-athlete situation, both are comfortable the appropriate measures have been taken to review the potential issues under NCAA rules and processes regarding Lonzo Ball. As is standard practice, both will continue to work together to monitor this matter. That is a bunch of jargon for we are punting on this big time. Why?
And the other thing that's interesting is, well, why is because it would cause a lot of stir if Lonzo Ball, one of the biggest stars in the NCAA tournament, was out. But another interesting thing about this is there's a hat on that website that says it's advertised as Bruins, BBB, Big Baller Brand. The logo's on the hat, and it has UCLA colors. We talked to a trademark lawyer who said UCLA has every right to fight that. Like if you or I tried to do that, advertise, Ryan, Maggie, Sean, with UCLA colors saying a Bruin-style hat, they'd send us a cease and desist in a heartbeat. They're not sending a cease and desist to LaVar Ball on that hat, which brings up the question, is that like an extra benefit for LaVar Ball, the fact that they're letting this happen? LaVar says he's not paying UCLA royalties on that hat. And the other thing is NCAA's whole argument about amateurism is if these athletes are getting paid or do have brands and stuff, consumers will be turned off. People won't like it. Well, Lonzo Ball has a brand, basically has his own company, and people seem to be watching UCLA games.
Would they have to prove that Lonzo himself was profiting? Obviously, his dad is profiting, but the NCAA doesn't govern him, so they'd have to maybe prove that money was going into the pocket of Lonzo himself.
Right. They don't. By the bylaws, it doesn't even matter if he's getting the money. It's up to Lonzo to basically say, hey, you're using my name. So technically, when Lonzo's picture was on the site, by the laws, Lonzo's responsible for saying, hey, get that down. Or UCLA is responsible for reporting, saying, hey, get that down. UCLA didn't do that until USC called, and Lonzo wasn't saying, hey, Dad, get my picture off the site.